There's a lot at risk in the new Ocean's 8. If Debbie Ocean and her group of grifters, hackers, and criminal masterminds aren't able to pull off one of the largest jewelry heists in history, they'll all be going to jail for a very, very long time. Luckily, Debbie Ocean is an even better criminal than her recruits, and the group manages to pull off the con with flying colors. This is an Ocean's movie, that's not a spoiler. How did the Ocean's 8 characters spend their money, you ask? After watching the group plan an epic heist for weeks, there's something so satisfying about watching these 8 women spend their hard-earned cash. Asterisk caution. Real spoilers for Ocean's 8 ahead. Asterisk in the beginning of Ocean's 8, Debbie promises each member of her team that they'll receive $16.5 million in each of their bank accounts. 5 weeks from now, $16.5 million is nothing to sneeze at, and it's enough to convince all 7 women to participate in the jewelry heist. Debbie and her right-hand woman Lou, Kate Blanchett, begin planning, but they soon realize that there's much more to steal at the Met Gala than a single $150 million Cartier necklace. Movie clips, trailers on YouTube. Behind the movie's final twist, Debbie and Lou reveal that they've stolen much more than just the iconic 2-cent necklace. They've also lifted an entire fridge full of priceless jewelry with the help of Yen, the amazing acrobat from the original Ocean's trilogy. This brings each women's cut to double the original amount. Instead of bringing in $16.5 million, each makes about $30 million. $30 million for one night of work. Sign me up. So, how did the Ocean's 8 characters spend all that cash? The final sequence follows each character after the heist, and each chooses to use her money in a totally different way. Lou, the heist's second-in-command, is an avid motorcyclist, and early on in the movie, fans see her reading about scenic rides in California. With her $30 million, Lou buys a much nicer bike, and heads out west, where she's free to ride among beautiful trees and valleys rather than heaps of New York trash. Warner Brothers. 9-Ball, Rihanna, the group's hacker, chooses to live up to her name and computer mouse by opening a pool hall. Totally unsurprisingly, she's great at pool. Tammy, Sarah Paulson, the stay-at-home mom who doubles as a fence, someone who buys stolen products and then resells them, opens a massive warehouse so she no longer has to store vacuums and blenders in her garage. Hopefully, the warehouse is far away from her annoying kids. Sometimes you just need a break, you know. Rose Helena Bonham Carter came out of the heist with $30 million and a rejuvenated career. Now that she's dressed one of the most important stars in Hollywood for the Met Gala, Rose opens a new boutique on Fifth Avenue, and hopefully revamps her designs in the new space. Giphy. After years of listening to her mom complain about her lack of a husband, Amita's Mindy Kaling goes on Tinder and meets a cute guy. In the final sequence, she and the mystery man are off on a very romantic date in Paris. Apparently, when you're a millionaire, first dates don't have to take place at a bar around the corner. Gone are the days of 3-card Monte for Constance Aquafina, the group's resident pickpocket. With the heist money, Constance buys a sick apartment, probably in Brooklyn, and begins a life as some sort of influencer and YouTube star. Daphne Kluger, Anne Hathaway, the mark-turned participant, uses her $30 million to order other people around on set. After years of being an actor, Daphne decides that it's time to sit in the director seat, and she seems like she's loving every minute of it. We all know who the most powerful person on set is, right? And what about the ringleader of all this, Debbie? Ocean's 8 doesn't explicitly say what Debbie does with her money, but I'm willing to be that she's putting it towards her next con, because that's what she does best. We last see Debbie at her brother's grave, where she sips a martini and looks fabulous in a deconstructed tux, a reference to Danny Ocean's outfit in the last scene of Ocean's 11. Debbie is clearly pleased with herself, and she should be. She just made a ridiculous amount of money, but it seems like she's already thinking about the next heist. A sequel has yet to be announced, but if Ocean's 9 does happen, I'm going to need a few shots of Debbie slaying and some Rose Wild couture. She has to spend all that money somehow.